So, new video with drawing tutorial on drawing interiors. So, let's start with this one. Here's like two floors apartment. Yeah. So I just recently got a new idea about how to explain perspective, and I think it's simple way to say perspective is about parallel lines. So um, we just need to know which lines are parallel and which lines are appears or looks like parallel. So maybe they like look parallel on a flat surface, but they are not actually parallel to each other in a three-dimensional space. So, and in a three-dimensional space, like there is like three main set of parallel lines. This which like refer to y-axis, z-axis, and x-axis. So then like we make perspective grid, or we use some this kind of perspective rules, perspective like type of perspective, which give us like foundation for behavior of parallel lines. So we will see which way parallel lines will converge or they will not converge. Some might have vanishing points. So like like in a one vanishing point perspective, there is a z-axis will all lines which is follows the axis, all these parallel lines, they will have vanishing point in the horizon line. But all parallel lines which like stands for y verticals, they always parallel this direction, and all x all parallel to like horizontal direction. So just knowing how parallel lines are behaving and which lines parallel to each other. Okay, so here let's make perspective grid for this one. So yeah, so here it's like two vanishing point perspective, and the vertical lines, y-axis will be just vertical. So to find this z and x, I will actually start to sketch composition. So we have this kind of main box, this kind of box which contains these two floor segment in an apartment. So you can see here, you see here is very good shown. So we have this line on the floor, we have this line here. So this kind of box. Okay, so I think this placement of box is good enough for me. And now I have these directions of lines. And I have horizon line. So let me see. Horizon line. It's about here. So now I see this line. So it goes somewhere outside of picture plane and vanishing point is here. But like, let's kind of imagine like I don't have this space here. My paper is finished. So I cannot exactly find this place. It's no problem because I can project this curvature. Same, I can do it one more time. So just repeat this same distance. And when is paper finished, again, I just eyeball in it. Then we have this curvature here, with this tilted line. Same. Now we have this length here, so I project it here, and I project this one somewhere here. And again, so there is many different way how we can draw environment, and here I considering like freehand artistic, let's say, most practical for artist way in my consideration. So I don't use rulers, I don't use like, I don't make measurements with all this very super draftman tools. So when we draw perspective freehand, is always you accept certain low accuracy kind of, you know. Because we make composition in front and precision, it's less important. More important is like composition, how stuff presented. Okay, so here what interesting, it's like if we look from top to this room, this like corner in this room, so it looks something like this. So here is like we have this pillows, and here is this stairs. And this is kind of this thing, I don't know, like a concrete pillar. So now I make composition sketch following perspective grid. So when making composition, yeah, it's important to remember that you're making your own picture, no matter like what kind of reference you use. You may use real life as a reference, you may use some photograph. uh, but reference, it's just source of information. This information might be some details, maybe some composition solutions, maybe some very interesting designs, you know. But all these things should be, let's say, proactively applied. So you use some element from reference only because you find it important for your work. Not because you feel like you're obliged to use it. It's like, oh, I'm not sure why it's there, but because it's there, so I must to draw it too. No, you don't must to draw anything. It's just about what you want to show. So you take what you want and you ignore the rest. You can ignore stuff you don't like or you don't understand. So if something like is not clear, especially on photos, just ignore it. Don't draw it. Or maybe you can use this kind of style when there is some this kind of mess. Again, yeah, maybe like you don't know what kind of object it is, but maybe you like it as shape. So then it's also reasonable to use it in your work. So anyway, a point here is like you use it if you want, not because you must or should. So here what how I draw stairs here is interesting thing about stairs. It's like have these parallel lines and there stands for this heels and bottoms. I don't know how to say, like tops and bottoms. So if we have let's say horizon line here and here, let's say like first step, and then we have this vanishing point for these diagonal lines. So then what we do, like if y-axis here is like this, okay, draw again. Let's see here, just make it more clear. So this is horizon line. So this is stairs here. So these lines there stand for y-axis. These lines there stand for x or z-axis. So they're going far away. So if in our composition here y is just vertical lines, x is just horizontal, and z is going to vanishing point like this in horizon line. So this is z vanishing point. So then let's draw stairs going up here. So it means these two diagonal lines, they have a vanishing point above horizon line, so stairs moving up. So I make this kind of thing here. So then, okay, this only one line. So it's this one or this one. So I will consider it as a bottom one. So I start from bottom point of steps, right? So then y-axis is just vertical line here. And now I have these 2 points. Now I connect these 2 points to here. So now we have 2 lines, right? And what happens? Now from this point I make line to z axis. And I have this intersection. I have this point. And from this point I move up. And I have this point now. And I keep doing this. So I can do it on one side first. Let's say like this. So I will have this like a zigzag. Let's stop here. Not too much. And I can do it on the left side. So find this. So we have this two zigzag, we have this two thing here. Then it's just like this children game, you connect points and you have stairs. So again, here's like little wobble sometimes because it's freehand. It just consider that because of freehand sometimes it's little off, but you can correct. Most important here is like you really understand principle and what is a construction element of stairs, for example, in perspective. So this is what I did here. I have these two lines which help me to build the steps perspective. It's not because I want it to be like super accurate. No, because I want it be properly built. So this just give me better idea how to place steps in perspective. So there is interesting, say first 1, 2, 3. This 3 step is like boxes and they're connected like this. Other steps, they're hollow. So you see, this 3 is a box. So I already established this here. So what else? Okay, so here we have this pillar kind of. This one should be longer. So I follow this way. is there have a window like this. Mhm. There another window is stable, so let me put some more lines for grid. So there's somebody computer here. Let's go desktop. Desktop, yeah, desktop. So some blah blah blah, some cupboard here. Also cupboard here. Surfboard. So just have fun as like drawing, like a making 3D, but without computer. Just it's really like totally different feeling of a process when you drawing objects in a three-dimensional space, and your objects they're also like three-dimensional, like boxes or whatever. So it gives you more like feeling like you working with something tangible. Different than when you just when you just doodling lines without considering perspective. Because when you just drawing stuff without uh, considering how they placed in a space, how they related to each other in a space, it really feels just like making some, I don't know, like unrealistic something. Totally losing this like virtual reality vibes, you know. So there's like a hammock here, like little second here. Then we have table. So with perspective grid, I just snap in. It's really, it feels like you're drawing in a Clip Studio or Procreate when lines snap to grid. It's very easy to do. I really hate to use software to do it for me. Like I can do it myself. It's very easy. Like when you have grid, okay, now you can draw stuff, snap into this grid very easy. But you have much more control over grid than when you use software. There's like perspective too rigid, you know, when you I can see immediately, right? Can see immediately when artist uses software perspective grid with auto snapping. It's kind of look too technical and less vivid. When it's freehand, yeah, it's much more vibrant and vivid. It has some this like slight like vibration of imperfection. I don't know how to express it better. Okay, so here's TV. And here's lamp. There's two lamps. Let me see. Maybe I don't want this here. Put some perspective. There's also sofa. That's very woke here. By the way, I have these pictures in my Patreon. Wait a second. I'll give you a link in the chat. So if you want can draw together. It's on a free post without payment. Yeah, okay. Okay, so link in the chat if you want. Can also draw now. I want to show perspective for this shape on the floor. Just think how to better explain it. Так, yeah, this one really complicated here. So this thing, this shape in the floor, I don't know how it's called. It's kind of same way like we draw this stairs. So let's try to same principle. So what I did here, we have this thing. So, and I want to find in perspective this kind of shape. You can see this on the floor. So first I break down elements, right? I need to see parallel lines in this shape. So where is parallel lines here? It's definitely this one. They're parallel to each other. Then I can say, oh, these lines parallel to each other, but these lines also parallel to these lines. And also parallel to these lines. So it means they have same vanishing point and they follow same like a axis, like a z, I don't know, z2 can call it, like it's same kind of axis which is go somewhere to vanishing point on the horizon line. Then we have these lines which they're also parallel, they're not parallel to this, they're parallel to each other here and parallel here. Maybe use other color. Other color. Oh no. So this is other lines which they all parallel. They all, like if we look from top, they all like this. They all parallel to each other. So now we have this two set of parallel lines. What else here is happen? Here is one more parallel line here. We see these points like in the stairs, like I showed before. We have these bottom points. So let's call it bottom points here, right? So this is also parallel line. And this is parallel. So it's the same parallel line here. Or you take other color. This is what I mean. Same vanishing point for this parallel lines. So we have three vanishing point for this thing. And then second question is how to find this also for the stops. How to find this vanishing points, or how to find this perspective grid for these parallel lines, because we find vanishing points or we estimate this kind of convergence for parallel lines. You see, so it's no vanishing points, but I have convergence, which is make kind of perspective here. So in this situation, what I did, I first make this kind of like setup kind of. I set up this extent of like angle here, and then I got these two lines, right? So I have this line and this line. So then I take this line and extend it until it intersects horizon line. So now we have vanishing point for all these lines. So now it's vanishing point. So here I know it start same line, start here. Then this one, right? It's a grid for all this line which is intersect tops, right? So then like I build with zigzag with the stairs, same I start to do it here. So then I have this one. How to find curve, how to find this convergence for this axis, for this parallel lines. We have same like I did perspective grid before. Now we have horizon line and we have this line. Okay, now we have this convergence between horizon line and this line. I can divide it on halves. I can eyeball in kind of how this convergence will extend. So after you practice, you just already can see this kind of level of convergence, and you just break it down to smaller grid. Because point again is like we draw in freehand and not like robots, not like machines. We drawing for other people. So I'm human drawing for other humans. So all I need to do with accuracy is make sure it's accurate enough. So it's accurate enough so other human being will not track any mistake, will not see like, oh, he's like wrong here with perspective, like, oh, I haven't, like, I totally lost what happened in here, kind of. No, you need to make sure it doesn't confusing, is not look wrong, if it's not purpose. Maybe if you draw some like surreal dream, then you can make it wrong way purposefully. But in other cases, so this is what I mean, like when you can show good enough convergence, establish this convergence, which is look correct, then it's all you need. You no need to really like calculate all this stuff much. So now we have this grid for these lines, and what I do is like this grid and this grid, right? So whoop, whoop, intersection. Following this grid, up, intersection. Following this grid, up, intersection. Follow this grid, up, intersection. Intersection here. It's very funny and simple. We just need to practice it a little bit to get this confidence kind of with this stuff, and not be intimidated by many lines, you know. That's all. So then when I find this one first, and then if I want to make a second here, I can find like this, or I just make, because you see this point here, and like when it's okay, when this thing intersects with this thing, right? So we follow this continue, and this continue. So what we have? Now we have this kind of square in perspective. Square in perspective. So we have this point here, and we have this point here. if we connect to these points and extend it, it's going here, so it intersects horizon line. Now we have vanishing point for this center line. It's like, for this square, it's 45 degree, or it's like center line for which is going, let's say, okay, maybe I show again from top view again here. So now we have this center line which stands for all these bottom points, and because this line is parallel to this line, so it's vanishing point for all of this. So if I want to find line for points of tops, I use same vanishing point. So you see what I mean? So here I drop this vanishing point, drop this, and now I say, okay, this bottom top. Now I say, okay, this bottom, then I drop this line here, and I say this top here. Now, of course, it's better use with grid. Так. Again, this grid here. Again, I say this top, this bottom. Go to perspective, connect here, go to grid. This again point here. Perspective. This again point here. Go to grid. Go to vanishing point. Go to vanishing point, etc. So very simple principles. Just this is a kind of example, you know, when we learn this in the perspective books, we was like, yeah, it's easy, we understand. Vanishing point here, you connect it to vanishing point. Simple, I know perspective. True, you know perspective, this is basic kind of essential thing in perspective. But how you start to apply it in actual case is so complex sometimes. It's like you're playing this chess made game with a picture, you know. Like now you need to figure out how to make it properly and how to not lost in all these lines. So I have this zigzag here, and now I have all these lines. You see they go into this vanishing point, and I can use it to draw this stuff, these extra lines. Okay, so anyway, it's enough pencils here. You can make ink already. I forget my trademark pencil with eraser on the back. All rights reserved. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you also drawing right now. Very interesting. So there's other side cupboard. make here some cardboard. There's a sofa. Maybe put one more picture on the wall. Yes, can you hear me? Andrew Sharp. Hello. Hello, Andrew. Okay, nice. It must be audio filter in my OBS, because sound work only when I talk. So it's not much what's called SMR, HSMR. And this like drawing sounds, scratches and stuff like that. AMSR, AMSR, oh, I forgot abbreviature for this. AMSR. Okay, anyway, so like this. How long I've been doing perspective? I don't know. Like, I mean, you know, I'm not doing only perspective all the time, so it's very hard to calculate how much time I spend for perspective. So, anyway, I believe in this theory of 10,000 hours. So if you want to know how much time you need to learn something, okay, like they say in this book, say something like, when you reach 10,000 hours of focus practice of skill, then you get to master level. So consider like drone perspective, like a very, let's say, like it should be really challenging. It should be like real work when you really learning and practice. So do this 10,000 hours, like anyway, like about 5,000 hours, you will already very good at it, and you will have main feeling kind of how far you want to go. How I approach drawing, if I draw it from imagination, like same, you just make perspective grid. Like I don't know, like I want to draw some place, right? You still need to some theory about maybe like type of shot, like in the movie, right? They have this like you look your camera looking below horizon line or above horizon line, or you standing in eye level with other people, you sit in a chair, or you lying on the ground. So you can start from this. So when you know, okay, like I am maybe like lying on the ground, I'm a crawling on the ground, so then maybe like horizon line will be here, and I don't know, with perspective grid is better than vanishing points for me, but sometimes maybe let's say one vanishing point, something like this, and then I will do this y-axis perspective grid, and I don't, and something like this for x grid. So let's say here is a car. Again, you know, like drawn from imagination, yeah, you start from something like this. It really depends a lot on how much you have in your visual library. Like if you draw cars before, you will have some good idea about what cars you can draw. Oh, wait a second. Totally lost my own perspective. This talk and draw is kind of another challenge. Yeah. So if you draw a lot cars, so you might be like really precise, because like you already draw some BMW or whatever, so you will draw precise car. But still, when you make this kind of general sketch first, then you can take like some photo reference. You just Google like some particular cars you want it to be. So, and if you want it to be like, first I make here some general kind of buildings, right? And no, here maybe I don't know what to draw here. Okay, let's be like this cyberpunk, some constructions here. So I have this kind of very vague general situation. What happened, right? Maybe, okay, maybe here's like police cars, like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So, and, okay, maybe here is a guy looking out from window, like, oh no, it's a police. It's like, this, maybe it's like a Robocop. So here's this criminals, trying to, how it's called, it's a chase, but they're trying to run away, but they're driving car actually. So they're not running, driving away. Yeah, like a drive away. So it's like, dude, it's police. Maybe there's some flying car, you know. Again, perspective, right? So some other flying cars. So first you have this something like that. You see, it's really, really vague. It's really generic, kind of, nothing precise here. Then you say, okay, I'm not sure what kind of police car. Okay, you go Google or go to somewhere, like maybe watch your favorite movie and make screenshot, and you copy car design. You know, like if it's kind of sci-fi, okay, you just simulate their style. Don't need to like completely copy. Or maybe if it's Robocop, I will watch Robocop movie and make screenshot of cars in Robocop movie, and I will draw these cars look like cars from Robocop movie. Then I will look which car I want be here. If I don't want it be some precise car or like very realistic detailed car, I will leave it just this, you know, like some nasty, kind of boring car. But if I want to be like a car from Cyberpunk or like similar, so they or real car, just go find photo and use this. It's already a lot of work done here. Now you just need to give it features from real car, from photo, from reference. And same with city. If you're not sure how this city should look, find some reference and and apply these details to here. So references, like you find this photo in Google, you download them and put in a pure ref, like this one, you see? So you put here, okay, here you have bunch of photo for cars, here you have bunch of photo for city, maybe some bunch of photo how policemen and criminal look. And then you just look at them, you can zoom, very convenient. So point here is you draw from imagination. It doesn't mean you draw 100% from imagination. It's always about this balance. If you start from copying photo, I think it's more um, it's kind of killing this energy if you like immediately want to draw copy photos for your illustration. Better start like this when you have your own composition, your own idea, and then you start to collect references to fill your composition with interesting details. Yeah, glad to help you. And I mean, this is, I show you one example, right? If it's comic book, let's go like next panel. So maybe looking from helicopter down, right? So this is why important to know this perspective grids. This is why I kind of teach these grids in the channel, because I see all illustrators and comic book artists like who are really good in drawing from imagination and very creative. They use perspective grids. It's kind of most convenient. So here will be this like Z, then we have X, and this is Y. So, and let's say here is a flying police car. And here's like some people like to put their hand off car, put their hand on the door, you know. There's this. So when you have grid as draw, it's so fun. You see, like I say, it's just snap. So here we have this car, which is chase. Like maybe some. And here we have this other police cars on the ground. Like you see, I'm like very general sketch. So then we have this road. And then I can put some buildings. Also, to understand this, don't be shy, or I don't know, don't feel guilty to copy other artists. Like I draw this from imagination, right? Imagine like you are this artist, and imagine like you being him, and you start to draw in his picture. Just of course it's like as far as you understand the process, right? But follow my process, at least like I suggest you in my channel, like watch all in my video. I kind of repeat again and again same main technique is like this. You start composition sketch with a perspective grid, that's all. And then it's go next steps. It's just about how to put more and more details. So break down other artists, like I break down, watch my breakdowns. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I given this example actually, like how to break down perspective. I have this Akira, Masamune Shiro, like very good example how to study other artists, especially like this composition and perspective. With this technique you can follow me there, and like together like you find some pictures from Akira and see how I break down. It's just because you really need to you know, like install this app in your brain, this app like how to draw stuff in perspective, to really understand how it works. So, and you need to practice this no matter from which side you start. You can start from going outside, draw real stuff outside, or you start from photo or from other artists. All is good. Better do everything. So just do everything just to have real like really complex multi-dimensional understanding, or like complete full subject understanding. No, this one, for example, like I don't, I just, no, unfolding it in the process. So sometimes, you know, it's like I say, you see, again, I suggest you sequence how to think about idea. So you might think about situation. It's nothing clear. I cannot say like I see this situation from beginning. No, I see beginning. Oh, it must be chase. It must be, let's say, like some car running from police, right? Then I ask myself, but how camera located? Like how camera is on the ground, camera on like somebody sit on a chair, so it will be this kind of level according to horizon, right? Or he's standing, or he looking from window, or he flying, or is from helicopter, from drone, from space, you know, so from where we're looking at this chase. And then it give you like this more narrowing your possible variation what you can draw. So when you say, okay, it's like here I say it's warm view. It's called this warm view. I say it's warm view. Okay, so it's already give me some idea what kind of perspective grid it will be. It might be curvilinear perspective grid, or it might be like this like three vanishing point perspective grid, you know, or something like this. So I grow in complexity and detailization of picture in the process. I'm not immediately, and as I see most of artists this way, it's maybe like some when it's really happen, which is I think it's really rare. It's some kind of genius, or I don't know, just very personal, unusual trait when somebody like really have very detailed picture in his mind. Usually artists, they will unfold from very vague general idea. They start to put more and more decisions. It's like you make decisions, this angle or this angle. Then you make decisions like which kind of road is road in a cyberpunk city, is road somewhere in a village, in a field, in a mountain, in a forest. You making this decision, and you each decision funneling down to particular very precise situation, and every next decision suggests you possible details, kind of, you know. So like, because if I say myself it's nothing clear, I just say it's police car here, right? Then I keep asking myself like, okay, who is here? Maybe it might be a robot, you know, maybe it's a cyber policeman, you know. So a lot of this addition, more and more details. In the end it looks like very complex, very like deep thought work, and people might believe like you have this idea, like prepare this illustration from 10 years ago, you already have this plan or whatever, when you're actually like really on the go making up all this stuff. So if you don't have a full picture, it's a normal, it's a very usual situation. Yeah, so I mean, here actually I start from camera first, then story just came because I was like, oh, car here. If car here, what happens? Somebody go out from car, maybe parking. I said, no, I don't want to draw people. So I say, oh, maybe it's a chase. So you can go any direction. It's important is understand structure. Uh, what what is foundations? What is fundamentals? It's a structure. So you need to know what is construction elements of picture, like picture making kind of principles, construction elements. So one of the most essential element is this kind of point of view, right? So you should be able to draw any point of view you want to draw. So if you, like, let's say, like, you're looking yourself in the future, like artist, like, what I will draw, like, I will draw like views, like it might be any possible view, like if, like in comic book, it's so many, you want to be really flexible, right? You want to draw from helicopter, from warm view, from like point of view from somebody eyes, different H, all the stuff, right? You want to be like, make maybe wide angle fish eye perspective or any kind of this. So okay, you go to study perspective and practice, see how other artists work it. So but this is only one element in the picture making. Then you see other elements is like shading, um, just like pipeline, step-by-step process, and anatomy, folds, storytelling. It's also important, narrative kind of, right? Because like, what do you want to show? How people read narrative in visual pictures. So you study this in the books, you study this in tutorials. It might be scattered, like sometimes you study this, sometimes you study that. You might spend all year study only one thing and then you go to another thing, or every day you study different. Anyway, you just need to learn all the stuff. More you learn, more you have like this structure in your mind, and you can ask proper questions. You can build your sequence in a proper way without knowing structure, without knowing, just have an idea. You know, if you don't have idea how people make their illustrations, how all this principle works, yeah, then you are really how to say, like you don't have this kind of power and control. So this is constructive approach. All other, like, people like worry about like intuition, feelings, emotions, and talent, all the stuff which is impossible to describe. What they really mean, what we're really talking about, like talent and feeling, whatever. This way it's impossible to learn. You will, of course, you will get intuition and you will get all this kind of emotional stuff. It will improve, but um, you cannot work on it. You will only work on your depression, you know. So to make real improvement, you need to work on foundations, just like this. And again, I told you it's a technical thing, right? But other thing, of course, is also just being creative, just draw for fun. So this is totally separate thing. Like, you should also remind yourself sometimes, like, when I draw for fun, or when I just draw something, I want to draw something cool, I just draw it without pressure. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. All is important and just make it cool. Or you draw it because you like to draw it. It don't must be like for exhibition. It's not for uh, present, to demonstrate your amazing skill. No, it's like demonstrate your skill. It's performance. Demonstrate your like talent and whatever. It's performance. Making pictures is not performance. Is just something you like to do. So this is one thing. You just do what you like to do, and the study, it's for education. So when you study something, when you improve in your skill, totally don't think about artistic value of it. It's not your artwork. It's not art. It's just practicing and like how's it called, sharpening my axe, you know, sharpening my swords. You know, I just like I build in my tools. This is not about art. It's not I don't want to it's not show like represent me as artist in any way. It's just practice. It's a study. It's whatever, you know. So it's an important distinction. Keep in mind for yourself while you go into this like level you want to get. Because if you will always confuse and mix all this together, or it's too much frustration when you want to be uh, draw for fun, but you want to make it perfect. Oh no, wrong idea. And don't want to make artistic when you study. Study is study. It's not art. Just not art at all. Don't think about this as art. Of course, like your mother or some friends who have no idea about art, they will like think like, oh, you drew people face, it's art. No, I just practice. That's all. You like don't push this high standards for everything you do. Be like we should be more technical and on a professional side, not on this let's say average bystanders side. No, study, like if we talk about final work, study from work you want to make. So if you make illustration, study composition and process and technique from illustration artist. Just make your collection of artists who is represent high standards for you and study from them. Don't study from movie if you want to make illustration. It's just it's yeah. If it's for fun, of course, no big deal. But it's little different thing. Movie is movie, so it's like if you want to make animation, okay, maybe you can study from movie. But I think it's like little different things. You will it's different specific. It's give you improvement, but it's also taking you to other direction. In same way, like if you want to make animation, okay, don't make oil paintings. What's just no point. Why you will go to museums and copy Rembrandt with oil painting? Yeah, it's of course it's good for you. Of course it's good for you, but it's little too far from your specific, you know. So you can do it from time to time for fun or whatever. People have different uh, hobby and stuff, but it's really it's little wrong approach to study oil painters when you want to make animations. So different. No, I didn't study architecture. I have no idea even what does it mean to study architecture. And, like I have two friends like from architecture university, like interior designer and city planner. Still, I have no idea exactly what is specific of their work. Like, now I want to read some books about history of architecture. I think it's important, just again for general education. If you want to draw architecture in your illustration and stuff, at the beginning, better just kind of learn how to find the reference. So yeah, you need to have this good idea about architecture just to be able find right reference. So like um, styles and stuff like this. Yeah. So then you just also you watch interview with animators like Glenn Keane. Uh, who else I forgot? You just start to watch interviews with animators, and you will see more and more interview, and they will tell you what how they study. It's really interesting. uh, no, I'm not comic book artist yet. No, I draw sometimes comics, but I think about do it professionally. Так, okay. So this one here again we have perspective, little convergence for y-axis this way. Так. Then we have this like two vanishing point perspective. Let me see horizon line. Horizon line about here. So then this like will be Z. And there. So like we have again this horizon line, and this is X axis. So then I draw in between and in between again. So this will be like convergence over X axis. So here we have Y. So point is like closer it's to horizon line, less angle. Farther, stronger angle. So again, I have tutorial about this, like very short video you can watch talking about how to make perspective grids. Так, so now we have this grid, and now I draw composition sketch. So in this sketch I will figure out placement for all this stuff. So for start from very general. Cool. Yeah, welcome. Так, so and at this stage, again, point is understand pipeline, what you should do, what you expect from each stage. On this stage, I don't want to draw any details, and I don't want it to look like finished work, so I don't mind if it's look messy, kind of this, you know. All I need, purpose of this stage is to figure out general proportions and placement for each object. So say, okay, here is stairs, here is this sink, second floor, there, about here is first floor. So I don't make any precise lines. I make very kind of very vague suggestions kind of here. So it's like say, okay, here, this two tables, computers, all this stuff. There's kitchen. There about animation. There is you should watch. Let's see, I write in the chat. Around. Do you know Aaron Blaze? So there's some chairs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think Aaron Blaze is already he's like university himself. So many materials he do about animation. Also, I like Tanico Pantoja. Not sure how to write. You can like, try to Tanico Pantoja. He have very cool tutorials. in animation kind of basics for beginners. I think really good. Like, right here. So, and now I will also make this stairs. Again, how it works. We have these two lines, bottom and top. And then perspective grid, right? We have this axis go in this direction and vertical go in this direction. Then we have point, again, this direction, vertical this direction. This direction, vertical this vertical, this vertical. Yeah, and me if like I will find all interview on YouTube with Aaron Blaze. So just watch him on listen him on background, what he say about what his interest, what book he reads. He will definitely give some interesting insights about how to be animator or how to draw. If he mentions some artist or teacher or books, you write all this and Google it to read. So this is how it works. You really need to listen what people talking kind of and follow their recommendations. Because if you find somebody like, I mean, me, I'm just like a guy who draws stuff on YouTube, but there is like we know who's like how it's called, high league, right? Like masters, like proven top masters. Then you go and listen them, and if they write book, read their book and see all links they give you, and you follow these links. This is how you will get like best quality material, like, because it's so much noise, you know, so much this sources of kind of useless or low quality information. Best way to find high quality information is to listen people you trust most, people like who proven experts uh, in their kind of how's it called, in their sphere. Yeah. So this what I realize is really important. Don't listen random people. Really, you will save a lot of time. So like if I find somebody like teach art, I will go and watch his work. If I like his work, so it means his suggestions will guide me towards his level of work. So then it's have sense to listen him. Sometimes have people like who speak very confidently, but they're actually very like zero, you know, in their field, kind of their professional level is zero. So then it's like, what the point? What kind of advice they can give you? It's only misguiding you, you know. And again, like if you listen them, it will be your fault, kind of your mistake. Because at least it's not a crime, just giving low quality information is not like immoral, I think. It's just people might be uh, incompetent. It's not like immoral thing to spread your own incompetence. It's just it's just what people do. So we need to be aware of that. Watch who talking, who is speaking. This should be number one criterion. Like, is he this person qualified to give you information in this field, or he is noob, he's beginner himself, you know, and he just like philosophizing and like sharing some theories he seen or hear somewhere. I have on a channel, I have short video with basic old lady riding bicycle. You can see it's only animation I did. No. And this look very funny. Oh, you can watch my Instagram. Like what I really sure I'm expert at. It's outdoor sketching, like how to sketch outdoors. Yeah, this I have like a lot of experience, and um, there I can tell you a lot of stuff. Nobody, no, not much other people know, and some stuff only I can tell you. In illustration and comic books, I'm a very beginner kind of. and I'm not like master of illustration. It's just here we have some no, you see it's kind of definitely connection here with environment drawing for illustration in comic books and for outdoor environment sketching. It's a lot of connection here. Okay, so here is some kind of net. I will just okay, let's draw it. No problem. Anyway, my point is like gather information is important, and I give you this my suggestion how to find high quality information, and like for example, uh, you can meet some people like who say like, oh, I want to go to animation college or university or whatever, and or I want to be animator, and you ask like, okay, uh, how many artists, animators do you know? Like, who's been artist in this film, and who is teaching where, all this kind of things, you know, like major names. And if people don't know, let's see, if people don't know main players in their game, they are outside. You need to start to understand what is their world, what they're talking about, what they're thinking about, what they're reading, who um who is their friends, and who is big names in this field, you know. So you need to research this, and best way to do is of course is listen these masters who you know already. Just listen who they mention, what books they mention, and etc. Because if you don't know this stuff, you're outsider. To start to be in part of game, quote unquote game, kind of this, you know, then you need to know who is players, what is uh, how this kind of board looks like so what is happens there. And this way you will start to kind of get in and then you will be like Michael Corleone. So like, I don't want to do animation anymore, but it's taking me back. I forgot like exactly how it's. But it's keep taking me back. But you are not in yet, so you need to go in first, and then you will be like Michael Corleone. Thank you, thank you, Andrew. Yeah. Yeah, so it's interesting reality kind of we should to understand. It's called social circles. There's theory about this called like social circles. It idea is like every like society is all with this kind of tribes or social circles with a different specific. So it might be for any other possible subject. So if you're, for example, if you're mother, okay, so you belong to social circle of mothers. If you're in a sport, okay, sport is your social circle. If you're artist, okay, then you in art social circle. And let's say art, right? Then in art there are smaller social circles, like let's say like animation, uh, comics, and oil painting, or how's called, whatever, fine art. Then in animation it's smaller. There's like Disney, I don't know, like anime, um, like European animation. Not sure exactly what this thing, but at least I know three, probably general different schools or so. Like, and then you need to understand social circle structure and find which social circle you are belong to or you want to join this social circle. And each social circle is very interesting. I love this kind of philosophy, so let's say this social circle, let's say like action comics, right? Like action comics, American action comics, comic book. So, and there is periphery and the center. In the center of a social circle is elite. Elite is who define rules and maybe like holding tradition. They're like this core of a social circle, and this is all members who is have highest status in this social circle. So maybe for like in a sport or in I don't know, like Wall Street, maybe they have zero status. They don't have no idea who this artist. But in this social circle, they have highest social rank, status. So everybody look at them and want to be like them and admire their characteristics, kind of. So when you find this social circle you want to be part of, like action comics or like animation, manga, or anime, let's say, you look who is the best there and you study from them. This how you get to the core, because they just represent this art form. It's like a human embodiment of this art. This is kind of point. So Iron Blaze, for example, he is embodiment of this American animation, like Disney. He is like, he is animation, That's why it's important to understand this, so you know where to look and where who to listen. I speak this way and it sounds like epic music on the background. Oh, to our social circle. E-I-E-I-O. Do you want draw animation? E-I-E-I-O. Nice. Cool. Thank you. Hello, CEO. Yeah, my favorite artist is about environment drawing. It's I think number one is Tsutomu Nihei, because he not only good in perspective, he is also like a poet of environment drawing. He's so cool. I mean, just you see how he draws this all this sci-fi environments. It's like I don't know, um, mm, like a gem, you know, like in a jazz when it's like some very high level master will sit and improvise, and it's like you just in a zone. So for me, it's Tsutomu Nihei. Then if talking about line art, it's um, yeah, no, definitely Moebius and um, Katsuhiro Otomo and Masamune Shiro. Yeah, you're welcome. Так. Thank you. Yeah, I'm in Taiwan. See you next stream. Gika. Gika. I hope I spell it right. Yeah, Akira is cool. But it's interesting, like in Akira story, it's still for me it's very I still don't understand what this story about. I mean, it's like um, it's something about Japan. He like Katsuhiro Otomo. He like commenting uh, like history and politics. Because for me, I was like, it's interesting this kind of cognitive dissonance, like when main hero is like this Bosuzoku kind of motorcycle gangster kind of. Just is like very disgusting character, but you read uh, in this manga or anime, he's like main hero, and like you should, and we're kind of sympathizing to him because he is I don't know, because he's so young and energetic. It's so interesting. It's just like for me, it's like little phenomenon because like they're all characters is bad, but we're sympathizing to some of them. Yeah, I'm not a fan of anti-hero characters. I mean, it's cool when it works in a story, like in Akira, it definitely works. But I still like feel like little uh, ambivalent kind of, and somehow it's like a story losing point for me when is no, let's say, good characters, you know. Like no moral, like moral, what's called moral scale or something. So it should be like somebody who represent um, um, some kind of paragon, you know, like moral compass. It's some like Sicario or something. Ah, yeah, yeah, maybe K. Yeah, okay. But yeah, for me, she feels like little flat in the story because we don't have like she don't have like a relationship with somebody like Canada. He have Tetsuo, right? So he yeah Tetsuo and K. So he kind of fall in love in her, and he have best friend with who have problems, and he have this like leadership um, storyline when about like when he need to prove he's like alpha kind of in his tribe of gopniks kind of. But in the case she's more like she just follow one storyline when she was she need to kind of has like change government, something like that, using super children to change government. Yeah, Kay is a girl from Akira, like a girlfriend of Canada. Mm. No, I see this like a major theme in Katsuhiro Otomo stories. It's about military and science. So he kind of like want to show, I think like point with a general in Akira, it's to show how short-sighted he. So I mean, it's a comment on nuclear bombs, kind of, right? So because military want nuclear power bombs to have like the best, strongest weapon, and they don't think about this weapon can destroy their own country. And scientists they just want to make super like achievements and inventions. They want to be like in a, how's it called, in a tip of a spear of science, and they also don't care about danger, what like of their country and stuff like this. So I think it's main comment of Akira, and he, Katsuhiro Otomo, he kind of repeats this message also in Steam Boy, I think. Yeah, cool. Thank you. Yeah, just some talking about Akira story. Because he, you can see a lot of this in Japanese manga and comic book, and anime. Is a lot of how's it called, reflection on earthquakes and Hiroshima, Nagasaki kind of thing, you know. So uh, like not only earthquake and this, like tsunami kind of stuff. So Japan is say have a lot of this catastrophes. So it's this what art to do, right? Is help people to deal with the brutal reality somehow, like how's called, um, just to um, put it in some form of folklore and images, you know. Like, yeah, also on my Patreon also have some tutorials only for Patreon. Like I did tutorial about drawing closings. There's some interesting materials. Like about folds and closing types. Yeah, I have tutorial on this channel about how to draw nature. Two video. You watch them. There's a lot of interesting tips, and also about, I mentioned there about how to study from other artists. You can see. give some demonstrations. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, check out. I have already a bunch of very useful tutorials, and I just like I don't like to repeat same stuff again and again. So there is much better explanations than I talking right now. Yeah, this fountain pen is Lamy Safari. Safari. Так. So here's some stuff on the floor. Dude here. It's also interesting, you know, like to find like art master who can good explain about techniques, because farther you go in understanding techniques, then farther you from beginner level point of view. So it's like, oh my god, like how should I explain this? Like I already forget, you know, like how it works on a beginner stages. So, no, not me. I'm not forget yet. I'm not so far from beginner stages. It's like 10 years, something like this from it. But some artists like who like really far from there, so they don't remember all these tiny steps beginners need to do to get to their level. So to understand their suggestions, you already need to have some really good level. Oftentimes, so it's really rare to find master who can also explain for beginners. It's definitely like a Marshall Van Droff. He really teach perspective, and he have some other tutorials like very great. Also Taiwan artist Kranz Gooseheart. I want to draw this guy, but his pose so weird. I'm not really like this this pose, but I don't know how to which else pose to draw. Okay, I'll just draw myself. Oh, okay, Andrew. See you next time. Thank you. Thank you for feedback. Have a good night. Yeah, this pen is really amazing. Like, it's super reliable. It's super reliable. Like, it's never, I never have any problem with this Lamy Safari. Так, yes, okay. And it's really like high quality stuff. And what is most important for me, it's refillable. So you just buy some ink. I use carbon ink, and you like refill it like every day. No, usually it's like one time a day or 2 days if I use different pen. I'm not expert in the house design. Here I have no idea. Mm, nice. So you want to be illustrator or designer? Oh, architect, yeah. Yeah, really, like, I don't know, like, now architects, they need to draw freehand, or it's enough to use just 3D program to, to draw everything in 3D. Yeah, really have no idea. Yeah, but if you want to like a sketch environment, yeah, in my channel have bunch of good tutorials you can learn from them. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Miyazaki is my other favorite artist. I mean, he is just uh, uh, yeah. No, I mean, he is just this like a paragon kind of a like example of real artist, and not only artist but like creator, author. It's just like insane how dedicated he to his work. Like work ethic is amazing. Yeah, no, Ghibli, they have this. I mean, I like only like what did Miyazaki and other his friend is called uh, Paku-san. I forget forget his real name. He like this grave of fireflies. Like I watched this in my childhood. I was like, oh my god, so scary, and like I never seen so serious cartoon in my childhood. And also, if like not Miyazaki, it's let's see, Ghost Ship. Ghost Ship, I think. There's this like giant robot. I forgot how it's in English. Ghost ship. There's like a flying ship, and there's like giant robot, and there's juice. People drink juice and became liquid. Mm. Ah, no, Laputa is different. Laputa is Chibri Miyazaki. Ghost Ship is forgotten. Like Miyazaki, he worked there before. It's like Toy or something like this, maybe. Not sure. Oh, no big deal. Let me Google name. Ah, okay. His name Flying Phantom Ship. Flying Phantom Ship. Yeah. Grave of Fireflies. Yeah. Okay. So here one more. So we have this like 3 pictures today. One of this, second, and number 3. Yeah, I think it's important to make cartoons with such kind of sad stories to kind of, I don't know how it's called. Each kind of about empathy, kind of. Yeah, this cartoon he teach empathy. So like for example, like right now, so many cartoon with level of violence so over the top. It's like most of average anime, like this, like Titan, whatever. They're just slaughtering people like on like something casual stuff. It's just like how's called slasher animation kind of story, you know, everywhere. It's like made for children, but they're like killing everybody everywhere every minute, like nothing happened. And then some cartoon like Grave or Fireflies. It's kind of, it show real life experience, like real kind of human life value in this cartoon. Yeah, it's very scary and sad, but it's much healthier and very nourishing for I don't know, soul or heart. Yeah, I'm not like a pacifist myself, but of course people should to have this like moral compass and reminder kind of about like how other people feel and how important human life. Yeah, I almost finished this. This will be my last sketch. But this video will be on YouTube. You can sleep and after watch. No problem here. Yeah, so this time I just draw an isometry, so it's not much perspective grid here. So if I imagine perspective grid, it will be kind of this. So lines, all lines, they are almost parallel to each other. It's isometry. So, you know, like this is z-axis, this is x-axis, and this is y-axis. So this is isometry, kind of isometry, perspective grid. No, I mean, I don't know, like, I'm not a linguist, so I'm not ready to give like super proper definition for pacifist. By, I mean, usually it's mean it's like person who think any violence is wrong, which I'm not agree. I think like you should be able to protect yourself. So if somebody attacking you, you have right to use violence to protect yourself or your family or your friends. So when people like talk like this Mahatma Gandhi stuff, like say like, oh, they beating you and you need to smile. No, this I totally not agree. It's not realistic. You need to be retarded to agree with this kind of worldview, kind of position. It's like, it's perfect philosophy for criminals and predators, because they love people to be vulnerable and unprotected. So this is what I mean when I say I'm not pacifist. Yeah, more than that, I'm agree with this point. Like, you know, like a man, he should be able to win in a fight. Like if he will need to protect somebody, like protect himself or his friends and family again. Like it's possible, can happen any case when you're in physical danger, so you need to have some at least general idea how to fight and stuff like this. It's some kind of moral duty for every man. Yeah. So now I also go into boxing to training. Wow, it's so amazing. Look, it's really great for artists, you know, like because we sit all day and there in the boxing is like it's really very diverse. You have a lot of training for coordination, training your leg, training your back, because you need to move all the time, rotating. So all important muscles all exercise every day, and it's like very complex. It's really interesting because you need to process all these combinations, and also you need to maintain balance. You need to endure just this physical um, let's go. And it is kind of yeah, physical training is really good exercise for discipline and not just like being sober and collected. I'm like really feel so good after exercise, like feeling alive, not like sitting all day and draw and then you like lost your feeling of your body. It's like start to be very fuzzy. So here's window. So here's with perspective is important point to understand. All rules is very simple and basic. We need to practice implementation. This is main thing is important because when you practice implementation, you start to see how to apply these simple rules to actual scenario. When you like everything is box, right? But it might be box is like step on the stairs. It might be cupboard. It might be refrigerator. It might be truck. So we need to practice it in actual scenarios. Yeah, I like also is going like to gym or boxing is good to totally disconnect from everything. You just go there, you very focus, you busy, and nothing else exists for 1 hour. Yeah, this kind of great. It's like healthy way to detach from pressures of daily life. And also make friends. Yeah, in the gym and this kind of stuff. You usually can meet a lot of interesting people. You just need to find like preferable type of training. Some people like to jogging. It's also great thing. It's very fun and very popular also to make a community, to find some friends to run together. And I mean like friends, I mean usually like often it's people who is achievers, you know, so they might be like in high positions somewhere, or experts. It's doctors, engineers, businessmen, all this stuff. It's not like when you go to, I don't know, bar somewhere and people just running away from life, like by alcohol. Так, okay, so now just make lines. So what I'm doing again, like I can say this. I practice basics of perspective. There's like basic principles. There's this methods like making perspective grid. There's different kind of perspective grids, like when we have like 2-point perspective grid. I mean, this like this, and we have like with some little like 3-point perspective when it's vertical lines converging downwards, and we have this kind of isometry. And also I draw in different situations. So later, if I draw comic book or illustration or whatever, this is already inside my visual library. I will have it now. I will have this kind of interesting interior in my mind, you know, because I already draw it. So it's also this aspect here. It's to choose some reference which you want, like you just want experience to draw this reference. You like to draw something like this. So I have a lot of this favorite artist drawings or photographs, or yeah, sometimes it might be frames from a movie. So all this is multifaceted practice. And I make my YouTube channel to practice my English. So practice everywhere. If you will not practice, nobody will practice for you. It's all on you. Yeah. That's why I no, I mean, it's not my idea. It's kind of everybody, like in a professional kind of environment, everybody gives this advice to copy masters. Copy masters, like you want to be professional in some subject. Okay, you find master in this subject and you copy his work to understand how he will make it. And there's like writers who will rewrite some famous novel, like their favorite writer, and like Ernest Hemingway, for example. Like you see it and you retype, literally retype whole his Old Man and Sea, because you want to feel it, how is to be Hemingway. And it's really works this way. It's really works this way because for our brain, it's important what is going through, what kind of information kind of you are processing. So when you like, if you like, it's saying generate an idea, like if you're like were initial author of a Hemingway book, yeah, it's little different thing. To be a generator of idea is a different process, but it's not only one aspect of a book. There is a lot of other aspects about writing, and by copying this other master book, you practice all these aspects. You like practice this language, you practice just typing, you know, literally typing you practice, because it's also sort of mileage of being able to write long text, you know. So same for us to first just experience how to draw some complete image, and you can experience it by copying master work. So this way you really like fine-tuning your brain. Yeah, I mean, this I believe it's only education, it's apprentice system. Hello, Constantinos. So only apprentice system is a real education, because you have some master who given his experience to beginners. You cannot like just ask random people to teach stuff to others, you know. They shouldn't be experts in subjects they're teaching. And not only experts, they when this master, he not only expert in his field, he love it. So he when he teach students, he also like he shares this energy with them. He kind of ignites them, you know, like no, like you say, inspiring all this stuff, right? You students watching this master and say like, oh my god, he's so happy, he's so fulfilled, and they want to be like him, you know. This is also important part. When we have teachers like who teach children from books and they don't interest in themselves, everybody feel it, nobody want to listen, and it doesn't work at all. only um, only passionate people can teach. Bored people should never go in school to teach. They can work like in sell coffee or stuff. Konstantinos, you know, in the text is hard to understand your question, like what is really asking. Like again, it's like if you have problems with basics in perspective, you just study some good book on perspective, like Scott Robertson, How to Draw, or uh, Framed Perspective. Great book, Framed Perspective. You need to uh, read this and practice for a while. It's not just like you read it and finish. No, you need to practice. Like here on my channel here, you can find some video where I break down other artist perspective, or like I study like now. If you have like problem like with this like one vanishing point perspective or whatever, just keep doing it and you will understand. It's more deep, and you know, because really I don't understand your question, so I want to give some general answer. There is no warm eye vanishing point and no bird's eye vanishing point. Yeah, okay, you watch in this channel right now where we together. I have this video tutorials, like a cycle of I'm explaining perspective. Have like tutorial number 1, how to draw in perspective number 1, how to draw in perspective number 2, and there I explain from simple to more complex, like curvilinear perspective, fish-eye perspective. And you can see like I have video with bird view and how it's called, extreme perspective tutorials. Because this kind of question for me sounds like a confusion, you know. It's the problem with the question, not it's impossible to answer this question. It's like sometimes I can understand like when you might be really lost with perspective and you still like, oh, like, you know, you like this movie like Beautiful Mind, you start to hallucinating and creating some crazy theories about perspective, but it's like totally all over the place. It's a complete nonsense. Okay, first I see. No, you cannot, of course, learn anything in a day or a week. I mean, seriously, like, here we can like define terms, like what do we mean when we say learn something. I mean, it's like you have goal, like what some kind of final product you want to produce. So you want to draw like illustration with certain environment, and from zero you cannot learn anything like this for 1 week. I mean, of course, I mean, if like your plank very low, you can say like, okay, I'm learn. But if you want to be like on any serious level, of course, it will be just introduction, just first touch. So it's kind of, you know, in I don't know, in the social media and some this like amateur world ideas is so wrong often about how easy things should be. Like people feel like you need to be talented or you need to learn fast, or you know, it's like you can watch some video, you will like immediately able to do something or buy some tutorial, and after this tutorial you became artist. Of course, it's never worked this way. First of all, nobody know exactly what you particularly want. It's your personal thing. So this only this situation kind of means like nobody can teach you what you want. Only you can teach yourself what you need and what you want. But others can give you some useful information. So don't rush. Don't think this way, like kind of like, oh, I want to learn fast or I want to understand fast. Oh, you need to like it's like investigation, you know. You're like this kind of detective. You want to look how others work, how things works, and then you want to apply it to your own work. It's take a lot of time. It's like naturally kind of slow progress. Like it's like, yeah, okay, it's exactly like a sunset or sunrise. When you look at it, it not move at all. So when you're learning something, it feels like you learn nothing, you're too slow. But when you look back after some time, it's like, oh my god, I improved so much. Same like with the sunrise. You look at it, it's like it's not move. You watch your phone for 30 minutes and oh my god, it's already dark. You know. So we're like tend to waste time for all nonsense and don't see how much time we spend for this. But when we start to do some quality time, like practice something or study something, we feel like we're stuck. Oh, I don't feel not any progress at all. I need to faster to improve. No, you like improve and you need to slowly improve. Don't just need real work, real practice, and you will improve for sure. Sorry if I cannot explain. Yeah, Konstantinos, it's what I'm talking here in the channel. You just watch my videos, you know, like Because like answer for your questions, it takes hours, and I already did this. It's literally my channel about this, how to draw such perspective. Just watch video names and we'll see what is the answer for your questions. Yeah, it's everybody has this. It's like a amateur mindset to rush. What we really need is dedication and discipline. So discipline is mean when you know what is proper process, then you follow this process. You don't try to rush. You just follow proper sequence. So you cannot you cannot achieve anything like using like speed. You like, oh, if I will draw faster, then I will get where I want. No. Like my teacher was he say, be fast but not rush. So it's mean, yeah, don't be too slow. Don't be like this, like sit and relax and like totally like meditative condition. Yeah, it's good to be uh, quick and sober, but not trying to jump over steps, you know. So let's say again, like here, okay, here's you, here's your picture you want to make, and there is steps you need to uh, like pass through. And the rush is when you try to jump over 3 steps, you know, like this. This is bad. You need to properly walk every step. You can do it fast. Don't do it. Don't be lazy and slow. Don't sleep on these stairs. You know, like a homeless guy. Yeah, walk it fast, but don't jump over steps. Like do it with the proper speed, not too fast to break your legs. Yeah. So I recommend read book War of Art, Stephen Pressfield. War of Art. Yeah, go to sleep. Mm. Because I'm in Taiwan, here it's like 3, I always forget, 3 p.m. Okay, bye. See you next time. Uh, yeah, Constantinus, I was really like, my YouTube channel is about this kind of perspective you are asking about. You just watch my other videos. They have this kind of all explaining this stuff. Because now I already like almost finished here. It's just today interior sketching. But they are all talking about how to draw without ruler, perspective without vanishing points. So it's perspective grids, all this stuff. And how to draw different views, like bird view, worm view. Very extreme, like, let's call fish eye. There's a tutorial where I analyze Kim Jong-gi perspective. Yeah, yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, maybe you put this part in like alcohol, like I think I did something like this. I forget. Alcohol maybe, so it's will clean. Also, I prefer M size. I tried before fine. Um, Fine was like for some reason its work not so good. I'm still not sure why. Maybe I will try again buy some fine size. So, so maybe you can try middle, Lamy Safari middle. Because this middle I buy like, I don't know, like 3 years ago or something. Maybe longer. And it's never have any problem with this. It's amazing. Some carpet here. Also, maybe depends which ink you use. I use carbon ink, so it's like water resistant, and it's for fountain pens, so it's not clogging. So make sure you use good ink for Lamy Safari. Low edge. I will check Rembert Montaled. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I seen, but don't remember name. I will check it. Thank you for suggestion. Copy, check. Так. Okay, anyway, so it's like this, and my phone almost finished. Battery almost over. Yes, so here is today been 3 sketch, and see you next stream. Also check out my previous videos, there are some good tutorials, really useful. Yeah. Thank you everybody. Nice. Okay. Yes, thank you, Ash. I will look at. Yeah. See you next time.